Trennis Jones, Vice President, Community Impact, Austin Football Club. Everybody has an opportunity to lead, and I think, once I became, even in middle school or even high school, you see people that look up to what you're doing. Certainly as an athlete, oftentimes you got a lens on you, even if you don't want it to be. And so a leader is a person that is being viewed. And so even as a middle schooler, as a high schooler, I realized that I could lead people one way or the other by way of getting a chance to be an athlete. And so I've always had that in the back of my mind. I'd say our unified team, our Special Olympics unified team is probably the proudest that we have been. Not because there's any level of philanthropy, but I think we know sport can extend itself to anybody and everyone, and everybody has the ability to compete and to learn and to build relationship through sport. And oftentimes those with developmental disabilities don't get the access and don't get the experience that for those of us that don't maybe have that situation in our own lives personally. I have been given grace and opportunity by those that have led me and those that mentor me to be able to give a little perspective into something that maybe I don't directly have to deal with, but it can prepare me for the future. And so when I'm thinking through these situations, if it's something I see on television or if it's something that I see in maybe a room that I'm not at the table at least I can prepare and I can go through those mental reps. And so when the opportunity does present itself, it won't be the same as whatever it is that I'm assessing. But a version of that I can learn from. And so when we're talking about our staff and the people that will ultimately lead, the first time that they need to address these issues is not when they sit in the seat. There needs to be preparation there. And so as a leader, it's important to make sure that we are sharing in those responsibilities, not only for them, but I think for the decision that you're making as a leader. If you feel like you know everything, if your ego is so big to where you can't take in new pieces of information, then you've got a blind spot. Oftentimes, when we go back to our respective cities and our clubs, you can be almost obsessive with the colors that you're wearing and the playoff push that you've got and all of the things that are individually driving you. But Pro Sports Assembly allows us the opportunity to know that there's some consistencies in what it is that we're all addressing and seeking to experience. And though we are competing to be the best, and let's make sure that we don't take away that competition side, because I think it makes better people of all of us. There are ways that we can compete. We can compete with class, we can compete with values, we can compete knowing that there are things that we can learn from other people. Candidly, the greatest competitors that I seek to emulate are people that have all stolen ideas from other people, from competitors, both ones that they're dealing with in that present day and ones that have preceded them. And I think that Pro Sports Assembly is an opportunity for us to compete, to learn, to build relationship with one another, and to know that we're not alone in that. And I think that energy, that ethos gives us all, I think, a healthier perspective around sport. I am Trennis Jones, and we are Pro.